Hi guys, this is Truman Carlos. On today's video, I'm going to give you my rolling review of Hamilton, the musical, on Disney Plus. So here we go, guys. I love this musical. First of all, because it combines two things that I adore, which is theater and U.S. history. And this one talks, and of course Hamilton talks about a founding father. One of the founding fathers that you might not think as a founding father per se, but he is, and that of course is Alexander Hamilton, or AH for short. And this musical is basically about how he came from nothing. He came from obscurity and transformed himself and the nation 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 and his role in his pivotal and critical role in during the American Revolution. Now, one of my favorite songs of approximately all of the play is, of course, the opening song. I'm Alexander Hamilton, and basically, it's a prologue. It's a prologue song that tells you Alexander Hamilton, where Alex AH tells you or sings to you vocally, vocally, of course, how was his upbringing, and of course we see in the same song the man that shot him, the man that eventually would kill him later in life, Aaron Burr. Now to give you a little bit of context, real context, real connective context to Aaron Burr, to the play itself. Aaron Burr, played by Leslie Odom Jr., and Hamilton, and the original Hamilton, original voice and actor of Hamilton is the creator of the musical, and then of course is Lin-Manuel Miranda. But here's the connected uh, connected uh, connected context between the play and its actual history. Aaron Burr basically was jealous that Alexander Hamilton was moving up in popularity, moving up in the popularity polls of George Washington, in George Washington popularity polls of his social circles. Now, because of this, later on, because of this would create some heated tension between both dudes, between the both men, which would lead Alexander Hamilton to make a critical error, insult and instigate initiate uh, his eventual duel and death with with um with Aaron Burr. Now, again, this musical is not only about Alexander Hamilton. It talks about the what the Intercontinental Army had to go through to become a symbol of freedom and become historical heroes as we know them today. Um, yeah. Late now. Before Alexander Hamilton would be tragically hurt and killed by this duel. He would be later after the American Revolution, after the American Revolutionary War, he would be picked by George Washington as the first. George Washington. He would be picked by General George Washington to be a part of his cabinet. And guys, Alexander Hamilton is the father of the economy. Yes, he is the father of money. Yes, but anyway, again, obviously, this musical talks about the American Revolution, the war itself, and the war towards independence. But here's an interesting part. It also talks about a love triangle between Alexander Hamilton, his wife Elizabeth Schuyler Hamilton, and his sister-in-law Angelica Schuyler. Now, as the song, as the play goes along, as the musical goes along, we see Alex at a party, or a cotillion type party, and that's where he gets. That's where he meets his wife Elizabeth Schuyler Hamilton. But as soon as he locks eyes on Elizabeth, he also catches the eye of his future sister-in-law, which I did not know this until I figured it out by reading the body language of Lin-Manuel Miranda as Hamilton, as Alexander Hamilton, but as soon as he looked at his wife Elizabeth Schuyler, his sister-in-law would her eyes were entranced, were hooked, were entranced by that, how handsome Alexander Hamilton was, and this created a sort of secret hidden love triangle between Alexander Hamilton and, of course, his his wife Elizabeth Schuyler Hamilton, and of course his sister-in-law. Now, in the opening, in the prologue of My Name is Alexander Hamilton, we can clearly see, or we can clearly hear vocally that the two women, meaning Elizabeth and her sister Angelica was actually was in love with her brother-in-law Alexander Hamilton, and both of them would love this man. Obviously, Angelica would have to keep this secret, this big and uncomfortable big secret, away from her sister Elizabeth, and also Alexander Hamilton. Also, Alex was fighting his feelings too, because at this point, guys, when Angelica basically sings or vocally out loud that she's in love with her brother-in-law Alexander Hamilton, Alex is not too far away from feeling the same way as his sister-in-law towards her as well. But again, he has to keep this a secret. He's torn between Elizabeth and his newfound cannon fire, passionate cannon fire in his heart for his sister-in-law Angelica. And also, I love this musical because it's not your typical musical. And here's why. Because in a typical musical, you would hear songs, very melodic songs, just like in Hamilton. But Hamilton has the music of Hamilton has a street quality to it. Has a street tone to it. What I mean by street tone, it has rap in it. And the speed, guys, that Daveed Diggs and all the rest of the cast. Daveed Diggs, who plays Lafayette, Alexander Hamilton's, and the Intercontinental Army's French ally. Of course, all the rest of the cast has to rap the songs and rap their lines. And I believe, guys, you can correct me if I'm wrong, that Hamilton is the first musical to have this type of musical street pace, meaning rap pace in its lyrics and in its musicality, and its lines, and its script too. Now, my second favorite song besides the prologue beginning is not throwing away my shot. And here's why. Because again, Hamilton is moving up the popularity scale. Popularity scale regarding George Washington's eyes. And he's like saying to his fellow compatriots, fellow rebels, that I'm not throwing away my shot. I'm going all the way to the top, meaning that I'm going to become an essential partner, an essential ally, an essential cohort to our cause by aligning myself with the great General George Washington, which in turn makes Aaron Burr extremely jealous, extremely jealous, like a sticky type of jealousy that he can't shake off. That Aaron Burr can't shake this sticky and nagging and very, very hard to kick out from feeling this type of jealousy. Now, when technically the prologue, I'm Alexander Hamilton, introduces us to Aaron Burr, but that is technically, but in the song Aaron Burr, sir, that's where we really get a introduction to Aaron Burr, when Alexander Hamilton bumps into him and is praising Aaron Burr. Yeah. Another song that I really enjoy is, of course, the King George III's song and reprise of the same song, I'm Back. Now, if you're not familiar with theater terms, reprise is a shorter, concise version of the same song. But it's shorter in length and shorter and shorter vocally and melodically. Now, King George III is played by Jonathan Goff, the voice of Kristoff. The voice of Kristoff in Frozen 1, Frozen 2, Frozen 3, and the upcoming Frozen 3 and 4, Frozen 3 and /4 as well. Now, Jonathan Goff brings a funny side to King George III, but also an funny, arrogant, and royal arrogancy smell and texture to King George III, because again, this musical is not only about Alexander Hamilton in its entirety, guys. It it's basically about this. It's basically about the Revolutionary War, but it focuses on the path that Alexander Hamilton had to take to become the myth, the legendary figure that we know him, that I know him, and some of you might know him today. And of course, my other favorite song, besides "I'm Back" and "I'm Back" reprise is of course "Helpless," and it's a song, and it's basically I'm hopelessly and deeply falling in love with you, Alexander Hamilton. And this is Elizabeth Schuyler Hamilton's "I Love You" song, or meeting or cute, meet cute, mute meet 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 cute, mute meet cute meet meet cute song towards how she felt, and how she crumbled, how her knees and body just shut down in a good way after seeing this elegant and sophisticated and upcoming up the ranks of political ambitions of Alexander Hamilton. But overall, guys, just to finish this video, I really I have seen this musical on Disney Plus. I hope that someday I could see it in person. But I have seen this musical on Disney Plus more than 100 times, and each time that I watch Hamilton on Disney Plus, it takes me back. Each time that I watch it, it's like each time that I watch it, it's like I don't see it the same way. I see it with the same excitement, but I don't see it the same. I don't see it the same way each time. Each time that I see it, I get excited and happy in a different way each time. Not only because it reminds me about my second home, which is theater, but and also about my first love, which is U.S. history. But each different time that I have seen it, I get happy in a different way. I get a different type of energy each time. I don't say each time. I don't say that I'm bored. What I'm trying to say. It doesn't bore me. I don't say, oh, I have watched this before. I get excited each time in a different way. So with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Remember to leave a like and let me know in the comments if you want to. What is your favorite song in Hamilton, and if you were Alexander Hamilton, what would you do if you were stuck in a love triangle with your current wife, and your sister-in-law. So with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Remember to leave a like and don't throw away your shot. Bye.